Yo, what's good, guys? It's Austin here, or Luna. So, today's story time, it's a good one. Judging by the title and thumbnail, you could probably tell. It's a pretty serious one. So I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do. Let's get into it. So today's the story of how I lost $20,000 to a hacker. Yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do. Let's get into it. So, today's story time all starts off as a regular day 2 years ago. So, kind of a recent story. And as you know, I've told many stories about hackers messing with me in the past, and it usually involves things like sending weird stuff to my house, weird packages, pizza, SWAT teams, trying to hack my accounts, stuff like that. But this is just a whole new level. So 2 years ago, I'm sitting in my room, in my apartment, literally just scrolling Twitter. I just got done working on a video. I was scrolling Twitter, I had YouTube on my other monitor, just like, rotting my brain essentially, just enjoying my life, right? When all of a sudden I get a call on the phone from my friend Jared. I answer the phone, I'm like, hello. Jared's like, yo, you trying to get food? I'm like, down the street from you. I was like, sure. So Jared picks me up, right? I leave my apartment, get in Jared's car, go to this food spot, we walk in, they served like cheeseburgers and like barbecue stuff, and I went to the counter, I went to order a burger, the cashier was like, all right, that'll be $23.20, and I was like, okay. So I pull open my wallet, and I didn't have cash with me. I only had my cards. So I hand him my debit card, and it declines, which was weird because usually it only declined if I had no money in that account, and I always kept money in that account. So I was like, that's weird. Try it again. He tries it again. It declines. Hands it back to me. I hand him another card. That declines. And I'm like, okay, my bank account must be frozen right now because sometimes my bank would freeze my account if they thought like fraudulent activity was happening. So whenever someone was suspected of stealing my card, they would freeze it. So I take a step back. I tell the guy, ring my friend up instead, and I'll call my bank and see what's going on. So I call my bank. I'm on hold for like 5 minutes. I'm still in this like burger spot. Finally, I get through to someone, right? The guy's like, hello, blank bank support. How can I help you? And I was like, hey, so I'm trying to buy something right now at this store, and it's not letting me. It keeps declining all my cards. Can you check and see what's wrong? They might have froze my account. He goes, yeah, I'll check. He's like, what's your debit card number? I give it to him. He's like, cool, first and last name on the account? I give it to him. He's like, all right, cool, and like phone number? I give it to him. And he's like, okay, I got your account pulled up now. Are you aware that your account is overdrafted? I was like, overdrafted? What do you mean? Like, how much? He's like, yeah, your account's almost negative $1,000. And I was like, that can't be right. Now listen, I don't talk about money too much on this channel and how much I have or anything like that because honestly, who gives a shit? It's like no one's business, and also, who cares? But in this account specifically, I had a little over 20 grand in it, okay? Now that wasn't all of my cash. I had other accounts with money in it, but that one was like my checking account. So that was the one I would use for purchases mainly, right? So was I stupid to keep that much money in there? 100%. I should have kept like $500 at a time in there and then just refilled it when I needed to because it was instant transfer. But yeah, I found out that 20 grand went missing, and not just 20 grand, but 20 grand and some change because I was almost negative 1 grand. So I start freaking out on the phone. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, I did not spend that much money. You need to check right now and see why that money's gone. I had 20K in there a few days ago. Where'd that go? He's like, oh, no, okay. All right, I'll transfer you over to the fraud department right now. Hold on. So he transfers me over to the fraud department. And he's like, hello, fraud department. And I was like, hey, so I got 20 grand stolen from me, and I need that to be reversed, or like we got to find out who did it because this is not good. He's like, oh, I can see that there's something going on. Yeah, your accounts are all frozen for fraudulent activity. And I was like, yeah, well, no offense, but you guys did not freeze it fast enough because this guy got off 20K in spending before it got frozen. Can you check my other accounts and make sure those are all good? And he like opens them up and he's telling me about how much I have in each one. And luckily, all of the other accounts, all of the other cards were good. He didn't steal anything out of those, whoever it was. But this account, this one checking account, like I said, had 20K missing. So I'm freaking out, right? And the guy's like looking through my transactions. He's naming me transactions, asking me if I made them. And literally all of them I did not make. There was like $2,000 spent on some tech website. The dude probably bought like a computer or something. There was like $1,000 spent at some jewelry website. There was like $3 grand spent at a furniture website. This dude was just going crazy with my money, bro. He was buying jewelry. He was buying computers. He was probably buying furniture. Dude probably moved out of his parents' house and bought a whole fucking apartment at this point, dude. I don't know what he did with my money. money, but it was a lot of different places. And I'm freaking out the more and more this guy reads me transactions because I didn't make any of them. So the guy's like on the phone trying to reassure me that it's good that I caught it now because I guess a lot of these transactions were still pending and they could still contact the merchant and cancel a lot of them. So while he's on the phone with me, he's got like 2 other people in the team or whatever at the bank like helping him like on this case. And I can hear one of them in the background whisper. I can hear like just barely this guy go, "We can probably only get like half of them canceled." And I was like, yo, I heard that. This is not okay. I'm not about to spend 10 grand when I didn't have to. Like, this is not cool. And the main dude was actually really cool about it. The guy I was on the phone with. He's like, listen, he's new here, okay? Like, I'm going to do everything I can to help you. I think we can get a lot of this taken care of. And keep in mind, I'm still in public. I'm at this random burger store, and the poor guy's waiting for me to pay still. So I end up telling my friend, like, yo, can you go buy my burger? Like, I'll pay you back in a little bit. He's like, all right, yeah, I got you. So he went and he got the burger, and I'm still on the phone in the middle of this store. And it takes about 30 minutes, but they end up getting a majority of the transactions canceled. So I think they got like 18 or 19K worth of the transactions canceled and refunded because they didn't go through yet and the items that the guy bought hadn't shipped yet or whatever. And also I think because they were just fraudulent purchases in general, they were allowed to like dispute them. So yeah, they disputed like 19K worth of transactions. He told me the other 1K they're still working on and like they'll provide an update by phone within the next 24 hours. And he tells me to basically just like not use that card because they're canceling it. They're going to send me a new one and they're going to change my bank info because my bank got compromised. He told me that there was a unauthorized login from some random city that was not mine. And I confirmed that it wasn't me. And essentially, yeah, I got hacked, I guess. I don't know how they got my debit card, but they also got my bank login, like my portal online. So not only did he freeze my main checking account, the one that got like compromised, but he also froze all the other ones because if he had my login info, that means he also could have gotten into my other banks too, like my other accounts, and stole that money as well. So it was just one big shit show. So he ends up freezing everything. I pretty much have no money now for like the next few days until the like bank numbers get changed and I get new cards. So I had to live off of friends and their debit cards essentially and then pay them back through like PayPal and stuff. But there was also some other good news. The day after I got done talking to this guy, right, like the day after this all happened, I got another call from the bank and they told me the other 1K in transactions also got like disputed. So I got all of my money back. Like this hacker stole 20K. I had no idea, right? I found out, called them, and within like a day, day and a half, I had all of it back. So that was awesome. That just felt like the biggest fuck you to that hacker ever. But I'm just so glad that my homie called me to get burgers on this day, because if not, I would have just ordered like DoorDash or Uber Eats or whatever at the time through like my PayPal, and I would have never known my bank got hacked because I was not checking it daily. And those transactions might have all went through and it could have been way harder to get back, if not like at all. So yeah, I'm really glad that my boy was down the street and wanted to get some food because he kind of saved my ass in a way. So guys, moral of this story is, do not put your credit card into any unsafe websites because, you know, if they're sketchy, they might save it and then hack your shit or spend a bunch of money on it. So yeah, don't do that. Make sure you're changing your passwords frequently because you can get hacked. Now you're probably wondering what happened to the hacker. Unfortunately, we weren't able to find him. Yeah, the fraud department like looked into it. They tried to track down where the transactions were coming from and like who was doing it. But unfortunately, he was a pretty good hacker. I mean, you kind of got to be a good hacker if you're going to steal 20 grand and not think twice. But I won in the end. That hacker didn't get furniture, technology, whatever else he tried to order. So yeah, that 20 grand ended up back in my pocket. So fuck you, hacker. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed this story time. If you did, please leave a like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. Feel free to leave your story times in the comments down below and subscribe if you're new. I'll see you all later. Peace.